Hello and welcome back to More Than Gin and Drum.
It's time for another episode of MTDD Reacts. We've got some exciting things lined up for today.
So sit back, relax and
React with us. Right, so straight off the bat, this looks like a military unit as rifle drill looks to be the adopted style for this routine.
You see in the back, leadership excellence. That's what we're doing when we're doing our drilling and our drumming.
That's it. And from what I understand, these rifles that they're holding, I imagine they're kind of blank ones, so it's more for the equipment, but they're actually quite heavy.
Do you think like they scare off their enemies in war when they like spin it?
Do you know, I don't know whether they drill like that in those kind of combat situations. Wow, okay,
Very
that's really
uniform.
nice. And they've got that little domino effect going on. Do you know, when they spin them, that is what I find fascinating. Because when they spin them so fast, I'm like...
I think it just becomes muscle memory at that point. That is so difficult
yeah,
to do.
like around their hands. Because you literally aren't holding it at that point.
Just using the momentum.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, and when they
Even with
throw
that,
them up. Like, that takes so much control. And I wonder how many times they had to throw that. How many times were they dropped in practice? That's my question. Oh,
Okay,
we
that
have a
was
move
nice.
like that.
And a lot of drilling that we are involved in, there's a lot of women like involved, but this is a whole group of males. So it's so lovely to see.
You're feeling represented right
Yes.
now.
Marking time.
Woo! That was so nice.
I bet they got up to some shenanigans outside before this drilling because they're just so together in
They
what they're
are. They really are. And do you know what? Here, that angle shows how when we teach that you have your hand down the seams of your trousers, like it takes on a different meaning when they've got black seams.
doing. You can see it.
Literally. Clear as day.
Domino effect again.
Exactly.
Maybe that's another one we should add to our,
Maybe we should do some domino stuff.
That's nice.
It is. And also, the sounds that are created by their movements are just very rhythmic.
Of course, because you don't have the drummers like me around. You guys have to make some sound. look at the angles on that.
Literally. Is that 90 and 90? Come on.
Nice though.
Wow. Also appreciating this guy's hat, which looks very cool.
Can you imagine performing in an area like that? It was really good.
Yeah, that is like a classic parade square. And also, it's like they're switching up the rhythm. So in drumming terms, you could call it maybe open and closed, where you get faster or get slower. I'm wondering, is that a thing? Like where you drill open and drill closed?
It can be a thing. Fancy drills are a whole new
That's
world.
it. Let's make it a thing. So I really appreciated how they made use of cadence during that routine because they drilled open, so like getting slower and then
So
drilled
we're actually
closed.
using this term now,
I'm
open and
I'm
closed.
gonna coin
drilling.
it right now.
Okay.
Like, I've not seen it anywhere. If somebody already has used that term, let me not copyright. But yeah, where they're getting slower and getting quicker, and how they are using their equipment to be able to stay synchronized during those pace changes. I think that's really clever.
Pathfinders. You know I love to see Pathfinders.
Yes, this looks like a classic drill competition.
We are the
All right.
Pathfinders.
Wow, okay, we are straight into fiery action here. Domino effect back again. Wow, that was nice going between at ease, attention, and then into dressing.
I've got a question for you.
Go on.
Say you're in the first rank, and for some reason you have to go into the third rank. Now. That was good.
Was that 4 into 2 into... Wow.
Oh,
That
I'll
question's
ask
going
you
to have
the
to
question
wait,
at the
man.
end.
It's all going off here. Can I also say they are drilling in one of my golden numbers of 20,
Nice,
which
nice,
is
nice.
wonderful. Hey. I remember learning that at home. I saw them do it and I was like, I got
What?
it.
You've reacted to this without me? No, but there's a lot of gems on YouTube if you just search up drilling and marching.
Particularly Pathfinders groups, yeah. And I like it because groups like this drill with flair.
Inverted
Inverted.
white
I was
dress.
just looking on.
Okay.
Double dressing. And here, this is unconventional. So usually when you dress, it's only the front rank and the... Come on. That's giving clockwork. Yeah, that was nice. Usually it's only the front rank and the right column that put their arms up. But here, this is fancy drill. We do what we want. And you notice how everyone was putting theirs up. Oh, 2 triangles. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Nice.
Wow. And they're doing an about 10 on the march. Now, when you're the lone driller like that, it's difficult because you've not got anyone to refer to.
And you got to keep up.
That was a parallelogram they just formed right now. That was nice. Wow, we've got the geometry happening here.
I like that.
Oh,
That
it's like
is
a
cool.
clock. And again, they're making use of the cadence. It's a bit harder to hear on the carpet.
But they're using their voices now.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes.
That was good. Well done.
Yeah, we know you are Orion drill team. Love that. Love that.
So, earlier I posed a question that was just cut off by the incredible drill that we were watching.
Yeah, what was the question?
A challenge for you. And do you think it's possible? Say you learned a routine and you were in the 3rd column somewhere. And for some reason, you've got to go somewhere else, like the 4th column or the 2nd column. Do you think you'd have to learn something different? Or are those transferable skills?
I actually think it's very dependent on the routine. So I've been in routines where everybody is doing the same thing. So even if you move, it doesn't really matter. You'll do the same, say, footwork or arm work. But then I've been in other routines where your position depends on kind of where you've come from or where you need to get to a certain place in a certain number of paces. And so you might have a different number of paces to the person who's either side of you. And so because of that, if you move, you've got to now readjust your paces. So I really do think it depends on what that routine is saying.
Takes a lot of memory
It
to be able to do something like that.
It does, genuinely. And with those routines, if somebody isn't there, you've got to put in the extra work to adjust. Because I remember being in a team scenario where we'd practiced a certain routine with a certain number of people, and then like a couple extra people came in like the day before, like on the day. So it's like, right, what we did before, scrap that. And it challenges you as a driller. It does.
Drill butterflies coming up.
I'm telling you, back again. But yeah, it really does depend on how it's choreographed. And it's nice, I think, in a routine if you have a bit of both, so that you get to experiment with more maybe technical things when every element has to do something slightly different. But then also, if somebody isn't there, you don't have to rewrite the whole routine because other bits you are doing together. And so that brings us to the end of today's episode.
If you enjoyed, make sure that you like, that you comment, and that you subscribe.
And we'll see you here next time on More Than Drill and Drum.